Hello friends and welcome back. In the last section we have discussed about the unwrapping part and multi-object material, and today's session we learn about the ray tracing. What is ray tracing? Ray tracing is a technique for generating an image by tracing the path of light through pixels and an image plane. Ray tracing has different materials. If we go through the software, this is the material editor. The last section we have learned about the standard materials. If we click on the standard, here we have the ray trace material. With the ray trace material we are creating a metal objects, making metal objects. We are creating a metal objects with the ray trace material. Take a sphere, take a copy of the sphere, put a plane for the surface, and a cylinder. We are creating a that type of scene with the ray trace material. If we render this, these are the metal objects, and this one is gold and this one is silver coins, and this one is chrome ball and silver ball. We will create this material with the ray trace. First we model this out scene. Sides for the smoothness of the coin. Convert this into poly. Create a one cap segment also. And convert to poly. Select edge, ring, and connect. If we see this coin, the border of this coin is upwards and the middle one is in the down. So, we create some depth. Select this edge and say loop and chamfer to this edge. Take a copy of this coin by pressing shift and drag. Creating this type of effect, this coin is putting on this coin. Then again a copy. And with the cylinder, create a stick. Like here we have. This is a cylinder and I decrease the segments of this cylinder. place it wherever you like. Adjust the stick with the rotate tool. We have created this scene, like these are the balls and these are the coins, as I have shown you in this scene, and this is the two sticks. Open the material slot, take a ray trace material, here we have our ray trace material. Like the standard material, it has a diffuse, and in the standard we have the opacity, we have here a transparency. If I do in white color, then I have got the transparency of this slot. If I do in black, it's become solid. This is a background to see the transparent material. Again we have a specular color, specular level, glossiness, soften, bump, ray tracer controls, maps, ambient diffuse, diffusion, reflect, transparency. We create a material by the ray trace. If I select a gold material, take this color, increase the specular about 200, or can type also. Assign this material to the sphere. And here we have a reflect. Put here a fall off. Fall off works like a white to gradient, like a works like a gradient. Fall off, put here Fresnel. If we render this, then we can see here a specular, creates a specular here, or this is the diffused area and this is the area where light can't reach. First we texture this scene and then put one light on this scene, then we will see a good effect like this. Yes, we have created a gold ball. In the next slot, we can give the name of this slot also. By default, it's a 01 default. Put here a material name, then press enter. And take a retrace. If we see a silver object, then we can see in the silver object there is a tint of blue color. So we put in a diffuse a blue or light blue color like this. Then in reflect put fall off and fall off type Fresnel. We see here in this render, we can see the reflection of this coin in this ball. Name this out silver. Then again select a retrace. I want this ball in a chrome finish, a steel finish. Increase the specular. Diffuse, put a black color. Reflect, put a fall off and Fresnel. I am increasing or decreasing this specular to show you the how the specular creates on the scene. If I decrease this, and hard edges of specular you can see on the this ball. Copy this out, name this at Chrome. If we drag the default material to the make material, then it's become reset, drag and drop. Here we have a bump of this coin. How the bump works, the white goes up and the black goes down in the bump. The gold material, first we name this gold coin. Give the path, where is your bump? We have put a bump in the bump, this image in the bump, and we have the diffuse color. As I have told you, bump gives the depth, so this bitmap gives depth of this and this color. First we assign this on this coin with the modifier list, put UVW map as we discussed in the last module, planar, cylinder, sphere, box. Take a planar and say fit. whichever mapping is giving the good mapping, select the that one. Or here we have a bump amount also, like it's a 30, and 30 we have got this much of depthness, and if I say 50, then see this slot become increase, the depthness of bump become increase, say 35, and in the silver put another bump, select the none and go to the bitmap, give the path, silver, increase the bumpness of this bitmap, and put UVW map, and in the Chrome put a bitmap, Chrome coin, and make a streak material, select retrace, Then in the environment put a HDRI image, high dynamic image. If we see render this out, we can see the image which put in the environment creates a reflection on these objects. Press 8 for environment and effects. Here we have the HDR file. Places in the environment and effects and copy this into the material slot. Place a image or a bitmap on this surface. Take a ray trace and select a bitmap. If I take this one for the floor, assign this on the floor and give the tiling. Take another bitmap, click on the diffuse front slot and say clear. Here we have a lights option. For this scene we will take Omni light. In the next section we will discuss about the lights. do some settings. In this we have created all the things, but the reflection of the image which we have put in the environment, we have not got the reflection of the image on these balls. Play with the specular level to get the reflection of the environment. The direction of light and the camera angle also depends. We see here we have got a little bit reflection. I have just changed the position of light and intensity of light. Then I have got the steel effect and chrome effect here. So, giving the time to the material editor and manipulate the specular level or glossy or light angle, we have got this effect. There is a major difference in this image and in this render. It's in scanline and it's in mental ray, and I've told you that mental ray have the good reflection and refractions than the scanline. It works on pixel by pixel and it works like this. So we have covered the ray tracing and making metal objects, and HDRI, as I've discussed with you, that in environment we are putting the HDRI for the reflections, high dynamic range image, that is HDRI image. So now we will create a wet mud. Take a plane, increase the length and width, and the segments. Go to the modify list and put here a noise. Press N for the noise. And here we have x axis, y axis and z axis. If I do in x axis, then this plane get the noise in x axis, like here and here we have x axis like this. So I want a noise in z axis. This is a scale to give the, to control the this z axis height on a noise. With this we can make the mountains or a water effect. It works with the segments. If I decrease the segments and then put a noise, there is no effect of noise, and I've put here 100 and 100 segments. I've got this. Take a copy, put it on this and scale it. In this scene we are creating a wet mud. The one surface is behaves like a water and the other is for soil. We have discussed the standard material, ray trace, and multi object. Take a ray trace. Make this a soil. Sign this. Diffuse, put the texture of soil. In the C drive we have the textures of 3ds Max. Take this one. Here we have option of blur to blur the texture. Give the name. The ray trace we have here Phong and blend, metal, according to our material requirements we switch these. This is for dirty water. I have put a transparency from here. we have got the wet mud effect and don't have a water bitmap in this. So, like this we have create a wet mud, and in this section we have learned about the ray tracing and making metal objects, HDRI and wet mud.